Alvera, tell me your name.
What?
Tell me your name.
Alvera Teresa Micikalski.
Is that your married name?
John.
John? Where were you born?
Oneida.
Oneida? What was your mother's name and your father's name?
I don't know too much about them. I think my mother's name was Teresa.
And you remember your father's name?
My father's name was Minor.
Minor?
Minor. Minor John.
John. Okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers and sisters? Brother. Do you have a brother or sister?
Use this marker for it if you want.
Okay.
Thicker and darker.
Yeah. Sister. Just show it to her.
Yes.
The names?
Have 7 sisters and 2 brothers. That is 2 brothers, 2 old brothers. But I have brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Their names?
My brothers' names are Mackenzie John,
Okay, I'm not going to, she thinks I'm going to put it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
and Howard John.
Okay, what else?
My stepbrothers.
Their names?
I think there's 2. I don't know them too well. Because I was brought up with my grandmother.
Okay. Grandma's name. Your grandma's name.
Mary John.
Her maiden name?
No. Mary John. Just put Mary John. Yeah.
Grandfather?
Yeah.
Moses John.
Okay. Your sisters' names. Remember your sisters'
Yes,
names?
my father's mother and father.
Your father's. Okay.
Your sisters?
Your sister's name.
Named him Nettie and Mary, Effie, Luella,
Okay.
and then me.
Okay.
And my stepsisters are Daisy. I guess there's one. And my half brother's Oliver Smith. Smith.
Let me see. Where was your home?
Can't remember them.
Okay. That's okay.
That's all right.
All right. Where was your home?
Because they were brought up by my mother, and I was brought up by my grandmother. I went to my grandmother when I was just a baby.
You better talk to her.
Talk with her. Can you tell me about your grandma?
But
Can you tell me about your grandma? Tell me about your grandma.
my grandmother, she was a very nice lady. She was more, what you call this, she was more forward than my grandfather.
Over here,
Mm.
Maybe put down fond memories of her, of grandmother. Or, favorite recipes of grandma or something.
Can you tell me
She was a fortune teller,
a fortune teller?
and she made baskets to sell.
Okay, good. How do I get her to tell her more about the fortune telling?
Tell us about the fortune telling.
She was very good.
Can you tell us about it?
They used to come from far away to have their fortune read. They came me from California.
Well, they did.
They heard about her. I used to try to interpret, but I didn't know very good English then. When I started school, I couldn't talk English.
You talked Oneida?
I talked to Nida. And he learned fast.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school at the common school in Nida. And the Superior School. Then I was among the whites. I was brought up I was boarded with a woman that taught music lessons. She was very nice.
Music lessons?
And we used to go on hikes. And she had charge of they got the girls. Name something that they belonged to,
Girls?
like a camp.
Oh, Girl Scouts?
Yeah, Girl Scouts. She had chaired the Girl Scouts.
Oh.
And then I went to Toma. And I went to high school.
Oh, you went to high school.
And I graduated. Later on, I went to the normal school to become a teacher. I graduated there. I didn't teach very long, and then I got married.
Where did you teach? Where did you teach? Where did you teach? What schools?
Little shoot.
Little Chute?
What was the subject? Kind of teacher?
What subjects did you teach?
Everything from the first grade to eighth grade.
Oh.
And I didn't have many pupils in the class, you know. Sometimes there was the one, you know how they were scattered. And we went to teach in when we went to teach outside, we'd have to board with the parents,
School board?
when I taught in the country, I had to board with the.
Oh, you had to live with,
And live
or
with somebody.
live with somebody. Okay.
Otherwise, I didn't have a car. I'd have to stay for a week and I'd go home then.
Just schools had running water and lights.
I think she needs tissue.
And I have a tissue.
Yeah.
Sure. Lights and running water. That must have been hard teaching at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting there first, you know, and I don't know if any guys would call you out or anything.
To look at Paul.
But also already a couple questions down. We're not running, are we? Did the schools have lights and running waters?
Some people, it was mostly, they had pumps outside. And they had to heat their water.
They had to do what?
But
What did you just say? What did you just say? About the water? Pumps outside? Okay. Okay. Then what did you do after you quit teaching school?
when I got married,
Oh, you got married? Okay.
What's about your family?
two daughters and one son.
Their names?
Their names?
Harriet, Francis,
Okay.
and I forget my son's name because I call him Running Bear.
Okay.
All right. Where did you live?
That was his nickname, though.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in a lot of places. I lived in Yakata, and then I went back to Oneida. There, I moved from one place to another. Till when we had the house that was more modern. We had the house was quite big. We had living room, dining room, and kitchen downstairs. And we had 1, 2, 3 bedrooms upstairs. And a storage room. Watched the pier.
Ask her if she speaks Oneida.
Yes, but kind of broken now.
Does she remember, I don't know, it doesn't sound like Monkey Chicago or something?
Well, I've only traveled out of the state when I went to Haskell in Kansas.
When you went to school, okay.
I used to make dolls,
Dolls?
like monkeys and Raggedy Ann and Andy. I guess that's all. But I made them to sale. That is after I was married. Well, I said I did sewing.
Sewing?
He worked in a factory.
What church did he go to?
At first, when I went to the Episcopal church when my grandmother was living, and then after I got married, I turned Catholic, and now I'm Catholic.
Okay.
Gordon, you know, I wonder if she lived with her grandma, if her grandmother knew about New York or anything.
Okay. Ask her if there was any special stories her grandmother had.
No.
No.
Ask her about Hoyan.
What do you mean?
Hoyan, New Year's?
Hoyan? New Year's?
Hogan.
No, Hoyan.
You mean the house? Yes, I got acquainted with them when I went to Arizona sister's place. She married a Navajo, and I went to visit her in Arizona. And then those people lived in Hogans, and I was very interested in them. I used to go around visiting them because I never was. Then when I went to a Hogan, I always had to eat. They were so friendly.
Lots of food. Huh?
And when they took a bath, they had a kind of a long house that just you fits the body, you know. And they'd lay in there and get me. You know how they got it heated, but it used to be hot in there. And when they came out, they would dry themselves with sand. That was in Arizona.
Ask her if she knows any, just put down any stories about the Oneida Singers. And puts dash wakes.
Pen's running out.
Oh, yes. A night a singer sing at wakes.
Okay.
Do you know any stories?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
Ask her, is there anything you want to tell us about your life?
Oh, yes. I made the dogs for sale. I got one store wanted to come, to make a contract, but I said I couldn't make them fast enough for them to sell. I just tell them as I got done.
What's your favorite holiday?
It's Easter.
Easter? Why?
I don't know. I like it better than Christmas.
Good. What about dessert? Ice cream?
Cookies.
Okay.
Others think they're too sweet.
Okay.
Well, why don't you put down a thank you?